Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. We're getting into the tier list, and today we are doing an anime tier list. I've been watching anime for a very long time, and I've been very, very excited to do this one, but I'm also kind of scared to do this one. Anime is a very sore subject for some of you guys, and some of you guys have very strong opinions when it comes to anime. It's exclusively subbed. If you watch anime dubbed, I am personally offended, and I don't want to talk to you ever. So I hope you're excited. If you're not into anime, we'll get over it and start watching anime because you need to. It's very important. I'm gonna put on my Naruto headband for this one. Let's go! Hunter x Hunter. I'm gonna break some hearts here, guys. I have not seen Hunter x Hunter. I know a lot of people have been begging me to watch Hunter x Hunter, and I still have not. It's on my list, okay? It's on my list. But for now, we're gonna have to dock that one in that haven't watched. It breaks my heart. Pokemon. I never really considered Pokemon an anime. I know Pokemon has an anime, but to me, Pokemon's always kind of served better as like a game rather than like a show. I think Pokemon's never really put in the effort to be what a good anime needs. It's just a really good kids anime that's just like very easy to watch as a kid. But in terms of animes, I mean, we gotta like be realistic here. We're gonna put it like D tier. Naruto Shippuden. Guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. Naruto is probably my favorite anime of all time, but I gotta be real with you. There are parts of Naruto that they're just not good. It's unfortunate that I have to say it, but I think the end of Naruto Shippuden really ruined it for me. I quite enjoyed Shippuden up until I'd say the Madara arc. It started to lose me a bit, and it's unfortunate to say because I loved parts of it, but really what was the nail in the coffin for me was the Kaguya arc. Such a frustrating ending to watch, and I gotta give it oh gosh, it's actually so hard. I want to give it an S tier, but I just can't. No, we're going A tier. I gotta show it love, man. I can't. I gotta show it love. I got it. I'm sorry. Dragon Ball Z. Listen, I know a lot of you guys love some Dragon Ball Z, okay? What Naruto is to me is what Dragon Ball Z is to a lot of people. Just that anime you grew up with that you just love. But guys, I'm gonna be honest, I was not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal.
I grew up on Naruto, not Dragon Ball Z. And Dragon Ball Z to me, not only was the voice acting just something that took me out of it, I think the overall story is just really convoluted, and the way they drag out arcs, it's not horrible, but it's just not a great anime in my opinion. If we're looking at all the animes that have come out to date, Dragon Ball Z just doesn't live up to what animes should be. Animes like Naruto have aged a lot better than something like Dragon Ball Z. And I think a lot of people have kind of relied on the nostalgia of growing up with Dragon Ball Z to enjoy it. That's my personal opinion. I know a lot of people aren't going to disagree with that, so I'm going to throw that in a C tier. It is what it is. I'm sorry. Next, we've got, I think this is Erased. Erased was a really, really cool anime. There was parts that I loved about it. By the end of it, I liked the concept more than the execution, and I loved the way they brought it together. But overall, I think looking back on it, it wasn't as memorable as I would have liked it to be. So I'm gonna throw Erased in a B tier. Definitely a good anime. I would definitely recommend someone watching this if they want to check it out. It's a good anime, but I wouldn't say it's worth checking out over other animes. I think that's kind of like I don't want any animes to watch. Let's throw on some Erased, you know what I mean? Promise Neverland. Okay, guys, I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I'm gonna throw Promise Neverland S tier. This anime legitimately is the anime I suggest to people. That is season 1. I haven't seen season 2. I heard they stopped going for the manga. Not a fan. I am a very manga strict kind of person. So it's short, it's concise, it has everything I'm looking for. I was gripped on every episode, and that's just what I'm looking for when it comes to anime, man. And Promise Neverland just had it all. The characters, the music, the suspense. It's 10 out of 10 for me. And I think a lot of people echo that sentiment, but yeah, we're gonna throw Promise Neverland S tier. This is Black Clover. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I've tried to watch Black Clover twice now, okay, and I cannot get into it. I read all these people saying, oh, Black Clover's so good now, and I'm like, dude, I've tried to watch it twice. I can't get into it. I'm sorry, I just can't. Between the annoying characters, cliche beginning, I could not get into it, man. This is one of the animes I just do not understand why people are into it. I'm sorry, man, but I'm gonna have to throw this in E tier, man. I'm gonna have to throw it E tier. It is what it is. I just gotta be honest with you, man. I hope that doesn't break too many hearts, but not really about it. Oh, this is a special one. This one's called One Piece. It's only like 1,000 episodes. One Piece is genuinely what embodies an anime. My biggest complaint about One Piece is that the people who animate One Piece don't do it enough justice, because I feel like the story that Oda is writing is incredible. It's one of the most incredible tales ever told. Sometimes the animators really draw out parts that I don't think they need to. And I also think that they don't do some of the characters that he writes justice enough. To make a character different, they'll have like a specific trope. Like Gecko Moira goes like, you don't have to animate something like that into it. These characters are well written and stand on their own visually. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It's something that drives me crazy about the anime of One Piece, but I do think it's one of the most incredible stories in anime, and I feel like I'd be doing it a disservice by not giving it S tier. I'm not gonna lie, for a long time I would have said it was A tier, but this new arc in One Piece, man, I'm starting to really fully realize what vision Oda had for One Piece. First half, so hard to watch, and this is definitely my bias coming through here, because I think if you watch One Piece from the beginning and you're just looking for an anime, it's gonna be tough, dude, because there's some rough patches in the beginning. But once you get there, man, I think the character development is worth the time. My Hero, this is actually more of a newer one. You know, when this first came out, I was actually a little worried that it was gonna be very shonen-esque. In some ways it is. It's a very shonen type anime, but they really do a great job at articulating those moments of emotion. It's a great length, great characters that stand out, that stand on their own. I would say my one complaint with My Hero is any sort of training arc I find incredibly boring in it. I know that's some people's kind of thing. I find the training arc so boring, and I just have no interest in watching it. But those moments that they build up to, some of my favorite anime moments, man. Like that fight between All Might and One for All. Oh my. I'm gonna say this still has not aired long enough for me to really consider it an S tier, but I am gonna give it an A tier. I think My Hero is up there and could be one of the greats, man. We got Attack on Titan. Okay, the first season I was like really hyped on, but it just kind of fizzled out after that, right? This past season, season 4, I've never been so amazed at the pivot from kind of like a shonen type anime to like something so much bigger. The messages and dark tones that this new season of Attack on Titan has brought is just incredible. It's obviously not over yet, and I don't really know where it's going. I would have said probably a few years ago that Attack on Titan was an A for me. I'm gonna put it S tier, dude. I don't think I've been as excited for episodes week to week as I have been with Attack on Titan. This past season, dude, every freaking Sunday, I was like sitting in my seat. I was ready to watch. I was like, I cannot miss an episode, dude. Call me a simp, but that's some good writing, man. That's some good character development, and I'm so excited for this new season. Original Naruto, okay. I mean, I grew up with original Naruto, man. I have a lot of personal love for the original Naruto. An incredible anime through and through, and I think it's just one of the classics. I think it holds up today, man. I really do. I think original Naruto is one of those special animes, dude. I don't think anything could really trump that. I think that tale of the brotherly love between Naruto and Sasuke is just something that I wish I could find in another anime. Something that just grips me like that. Something about it is just so classic, yet so good still. I'm gonna give it an S tier for that. And honestly, in retrospect, I was more of an adult when I was watching Shippuden, and part of me personally loves Shippuden more because of the first half of Shippuden. The latter half of Shippuden is where I have problems with it, and that's why I kind of put it in A tier. But I will say, from first season of Shippuden to the Pain arc, that is my favorite Naruto right there. That is creme de la creme. But overall, as an anime, I actually do think the original Naruto is quality. I think it is an S tier anime, even though it is getting a little old at this point. There is something so incredible about that bond between Naruto and Sasuke that I feel like other animes have a hard time trying to match. 7 Deadly Sins. Okay, this one came out on Netflix and it's like a Netflix original or something like that. I don't know what, but I think I'm in the minority. I don't think it's as good as people say it is. There's parts I like about it, but there's also parts that I'm just like, I don't know, man. I feel the same way about it with Erased. I think it's a good anime. I'd recommend it if you have nothing else to watch, but it's not one of those ones I'd tell anybody to watch off the hop. So I'm gonna put it B. I think it's a pretty good anime. But we're gonna leave it at that there, man. Haikyuu. Okay. If you guys have not watched Haikyuu, highly recommend. Highly recommend. I'll be honest, man. I was not a huge fan of Haikyuu to start off with. It's a sports anime. That's what it comes down to. I always struggled with sports animes because they're very predictable in a way. You know, there's a training arc. They train for their sport and then they play their game and then they're gonna win. You know they're gonna win. But Haikyuu kind of hit differently. Haikyuu is just so good with the way they balanced the humor and the music and the storytelling. I think it did a really good job. And it's funny because the new season, I absolutely loved the new season, but it wasn't even like a major tournament. Like there was like a few games within the major tournament. And I was like, how did they make that so good? I was just blown away. And I really do think Haikyuu, it's one of those animes that's, yeah, it's a sports anime, but it is an incredible sports anime. The only reason I'm not going to put it S tier, I'm going to put it A tier. There's just an inherent problem with a sports anime that I have a hard time with. The predictability of it sometimes is just, it makes it harder to enjoy. I think my favorite moments in anime were ones that I was surprised by and like emotionally invested in, and I find that doesn't happen as much with a sports anime, but I would say it's like an A+, man. Like it's a freaking fantastic anime. That's just a personal preference of mine, but I respect it. And like Rathu's saying, they developed the characters incredibly in Haikyuu. I genuinely think some of the best character development, which is so surprising because it's a sports anime, but they do such a great job of really fleshing out their characters. And especially with the new season, they really did that. Okay, this is the moment I was not looking forward to. Demon Slayer. Okay, for about a year, about 2 years of my life, I have heard about this anime, Demon Slayer. So I'm like, okay, I gotta throw that on my list. Finally got the chance to sit down and watch Demon Slayer. And guys, F tier. F tier. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking? No, it's not F tier. It's not F tier, but I'm gonna be honest here, man. I don't think it's as good as people say it is. I don't. Let me finish. I understand. The animation is impeccable. It's the best animation. If it's an animation contest, it wins bar none. It's like movie style animation each episode. But we're not doing an animation contest here, guys. We're doing an anime contest. And animes consist of much more than good fight scenes and good animation. My biggest problem with Demon Slayer is I think the storytelling was not good. I don't think it was very good. The initial episode hooked me, and then we got into some of the details, okay? I just was not gripped by the training arc. I don't think it did a great job at luring me in. There was a lot of things like his breathing technique. Like, I don't even know where these breathing techniques they just came from nowhere. He's just like, all of a sudden, breathing technique. And I'm like, what the frick? And then he just has good hearing or something. I get it. It works well for the story, but as someone who's watching it, I'm just like, you could have probably worked on that a little bit more into the character. It was very, very plot driven. And that's what I didn't like about it. I thought some of the emotion was really good. The Nezuko and Tanjiro relationship was really sweet. That dude with the blonde hair, though, genuinely the most annoying character ever created in the history of anime. It's just facts. I'm sorry, guys. That character is the most annoying character ever developed. And I watched One Piece with Usopp. Okay, Usopp was so annoying, but my goodness, that guy with the blonde hair wouldn't shut up, dude. Controversial pick here, but guys, I'm gonna put Demon Slayer B. Everyone says it's the best anime ever, but guys, I really think anime's more than just good animation and fight scenes. Emotion and storytelling and pacing matters a lot to me. I'd much rather recommend A Promised Neverland to someone than I would Demon Slayer. But I know a lot of people are into anime for the fight scenes alone, and that's on you. But for me, I'm looking for more than that. And I'm just gonna say it's a B tier. Watched a little bit of One Punch Man, and again, it's like Demon Slayer, where it's just about fights, but it's worse. So I'm gonna put it D. I don't care for it, man. I really don't. I don't find enjoyment when the story is like, yeah, this dude's super buff and just beats up people. I think One Punch Man is not bueno. I might have to put Pokemon. I feel bad for putting Pokemon above Black Clover. I don't like Black Clover at all, man. I don't know where people get this love for it. I don't get it. Where is it coming from? Death Note, I actually was one of my very first animes that I was recommended, and I had a hard time getting into it. I think if I watched it again, I'd enjoy it more than I did the initial time, but I do think Death Note overstayed its welcome. I think Death Note probably would have been good just ending with the L arc. I think after that it got a little too far, but the Kira and L stuff was just such a freaking incredible writing and stuff. So I got to give it some love. I'm gonna throw it a B tier as well. I think I'd have to watch it again. I don't know if I'd rate it a B tier. The final anime I have left is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It is the full embodiment of what I expect from an anime. A good length. The 5 seasons were good. It had a great plot. I think it had a great hook on the intro. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is what every anime should strive to be. It had a great story, great characters, I love the OST in it. Overall, the humor in it too, I have nothing bad to say about it. Whenever I recommend an anime, I say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood to anybody. If they want a longer one, if they want a shorter one, I say Promise Neverland. It's definitely an S tier to me. I genuinely think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a top tier anime, 100%. All right, so we have an empty F tier where I think we're gonna have to slide this down a little bit, okay? So Black Clover, garbage, disgusting. Quite frankly, I'm gonna put Pokemon down there too. I don't think it's worth my time. One Punch Man's gonna come down to E. We're gonna put Dragon Ball down at D. Demon Slayer is gonna be a C. Seven Deadly Sins with I think those are, yeah, I think that's good. What do you think? There's a lot that I don't know. I don't know a lot of these animes, but that is the tier list, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed, and if you're upset about it, I'm sorry. It's just how it is. It's just how it is, man.